World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore has been available for nearly a year now, and despite how much I enjoy laughing at other players losing their characters, it's not game mode I've ever been particularly interested in trying myself until today. So I logged in to check the realm population first, just to make sure that Hardcore isn't completely dead, because honestly I'm completely out of the loop when it comes to Hardcore WoW, and it's not looking great. Both realms are showing as low, so maybe I've completely missed the boat on this. But I thought I'd ignore that anyway and just double check the population stats online, and yeah, it's still not looking great. But let's just ignore that anyway and log in and use /who to see who's online. So the first decision is faction, and judging by the faction balance on both of these realms, I went Stitches by the way, I'm thinking it's gonna have to be Alliance. And next up, we need to choose the race and class combination. I've already decided I want to play Warrior as number 1, Warriors are fucking cool, and number 2, they're apparently the hardest class to level in Hardcore, and I'm here for the challenge. Now, I really like Night Elf, but I don't know if I can do levels 10 to 20 in Darkshore alone, and if I have to travel from Kalimdor to Eastern Kingdoms just to get to Westfall or Loch Modan, I'm gonna die. So that leaves me with 3 options: human, small human, or really fucking small human. And because I didn't really fancy travelling through Azeroth as a really fucking small human, I decided it was between human and dwarf. And I mean, come on guys, this is a fantasy game for fuck's sake. Like, no one plays a fantasy game to pretend to be what they are in real life. I chose human. So as soon as I logged in, I typed /who to see how many players were actually logged in and in Elwyn Forest. And it wasn't actually completely empty, the numbers didn't look too bad. And this was at like 1:30 on a weekday. And then I had a look to see how many level 60s were online, and it was at the cap of 50, looking at the who list. So the population isn't actually looking too bad. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what it's like later on in the game when we're actually looking for groups, for dungeons, etc. But anyway, time to start questing. The first quest that I did involved getting 8 tough wolf meat, and on the first kill, didn't get any meat, but I did get my first upgrade. There's something oddly satisfying about getting an upgrade from a grey item. So yeah, we're off to a pretty good start. A few minutes later I got a boots upgrade, which meant I was just showing more skin, not really feeling like they were offering me any extra protection. Managed to get a new sword from a quest reward, and also realised that I had a shield upgrade in my bag, so every little helps. Then popped over to the warrior trainer and picked up Rend, Battle Shout and Charge. Was really hoping for Hamstring as soon as possible, as that is just going to massively help with staying alive. But unfortunately that's not until later. I was on my way to hand in a quest when all of a sudden DICE invites you to join DICE. Okay, I mean, this is an MMO after all, might as well join a guild, see what's going on. Yeah, it looks like I wasn't the only person to get invited. Okay, there's a lot of people online, this looks pretty good. What's this? No profs, no world buffs, no enchants, only white and grey gear. Consumables are allowed. I didn't agree to any of this. Salutations newcomers, don't forget to send your entry fee by mail. 10 gold. Fuck off. And then it was time for Garrick to die. I opened on one of his Defiance thugs with a charge, popped Rend on the 2 of them to make sure they were both bleeding. Double block. Nice. Garrick switches to defensive stance despite not having aggro. Defiance thug dies. Garrick successfully dodges and parries my attacks, and then dies a few seconds later. It really wasn't that much of an interesting fight. I tried my best. Another upgrade, and I found my first chest in Hardcore. Fingers crossed for a green. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, of course it was going to be junk. And a few quests later, I was finally dismissed from Northshire Valley. As I approached Goldshire at level 5, it really started to settle in that from this point onwards, I've got a pretty good chance that I might die very soon. Like, I still don't have Hamstring, which makes me feel completely naked when it comes to trying to run away, if I do get myself into any, like, seriously oh shit moments. So I thought now would be a good time to choose a profession, and to be perfectly honest, I've never been that interested in the professions like blacksmithing, enchanting, tailoring, anything that really involves any amount of effort, and I can't really be bothered to spend a huge amount of time looking for herbs and mining nodes, so I chose probably the laziest profession, skinning. It just means right-clicking the mob twice instead of once. And it's just going to be a little bit of extra silver for any abilities or anything else that I might need to buy along the way. So after I picked up all the quests in Goldshire, I headed south and came across a boar. Thought I might as well kill it and get that first point in skinning, but as anyone that's played Classic WoW knows, you're going to fail the first attempt at skinning like 5 times in a row. But clearly this warrior's fucking blessed, because bam, first try. As I was in such a good mood, I decided to slaughter a few more boars, until a level 9 bear decided to join the fight. I thought I'd maybe give it a go, but in reality difficulty. This bear is 4 levels higher than me. I've probably got like 1% chance of hitting it, so I decided to just jump away. This is exactly the type of moment where hamstring would be very helpful. Thankfully, this bear is slower than me, so I was able to just run away. Ding, level 6. As I arrived at the McClure Vineyards, someone was committing absolute boar genocide, which I thought was absolutely perfect for my skinning. I managed to pick up a bunch of leather to potentially put in the auction house or just vendor, and I was also able to get my skinning from level 13 to 28. After being an absolute div running around the Lion's Pride Inn looking for a warrior trainer, it was time for another guild invite. Rail invites you to join Triumph. Yeah, go on then, let's check this one out. Immediately I could just see it was another one of those guilds that's inviting basically everyone into their guild. So I thought, nah, I'm already in general chat, I don't need another one. After speaking to the wrong trainer, I finally went to the warrior trainer with my fingers crossed, praying that we'd get hamstring. Unfortunately, it was only thunderclap and parry, but parry should at least increase our chances of survival by a little bit at least. I didn't have enough money anyway, but thankfully to skinning, I was able to vendor some of the scrap that I picked up and got enough money for the new skills. As I approached Stormwind, I realized there's a few really easy quests that we can get done, and I'll take any XP that we can get. The quests are super easy, they literally just involve running from point A to point B. And doing all 3 of those quests at level 6 netted me a whopping 345 experience. I thought it'd also be worth checking out the auction house while we're in Stormwind. I wanted to see if stuff like light leather was actually selling or not, as if people are buying it then it's going to be quite a decent money maker. But there's not a huge amount of light leather in the auction house, and it also doesn't seem to be selling for that much, so I think for now I'll probably just stick to vendoring it. Anyway, I think it's time to head back to Elwyn Forest. Still got quite a few quests to get done here, and they all involve going into a cave. It was pretty sketchy seeing as it's so easy to pull more than one mob, and I still don't have hamstring. But the cave was being pretty kind to me. I actually managed to pick up a weapon upgrade from a chest, and straight after getting my new axe I went straight over to Goldtooth, and that was a pretty uneventful fight. He died. I got the necklace. On the way out I saw another chest, thought amazing, maybe get another upgrade, but another really fucking small human decided to run in and grab it. I mean, it is fair game. After completing the quests I started heading back to Goldshear, slapped a spider and managed to ding level 7. I also had completely forgotten to pick up first aid earlier, so learnt that, got a few bandages made. I'll definitely need those later. Looking at the quests next on my list, the next objective was to get the brass collar from Princess. So I had a look at Princess and her 2 guards, and with that amount of HP split between the 3 of them, 1 level 7 versus 2 level 7s and a level 9, I just thought this is going to be certain death. And also, I'm pretty sure they can charge, which again, I still don't have hamstring, so there's really not much I'm going to be able to do about that. So I thought, yeah, let's probably just leave that one for later. So after running around the Eastvale logging camp, I ended up with quite a few more quests. So I thought I'd start off with the 8 prowlers and forest bears while also picking up the bundle of wood that's on the floor, because those are some fairly easy quests to do. I'm level 8 now, so I was thinking that fighting a level 10 wouldn't be too bad. The level difference isn't that massive. But as you can see, I'm just doing no damage compared to what this prowler is doing to me. My rend and auto attacks are barely making a dent in this prowler's HP. So yeah, I had no choice but to run. I don't know why it took me so long to pop that potion. I was like freaking out, looking at my action bars, trying to decide what to do. And annoyingly, I used the potion basically when I didn't even need to. Like, I was out of range of the prowler, but I was so paranoid of taking that final blow. I don't even really care about losing a level 8, like it's really not going to take that much time to re-level, but I haven't died in hardcore yet, and I just think it'd be fucking cool to make it to 60 without dying. Again, I tried to take on another prowler, but it's just so obvious how underpowered warriors are at this level, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should just go to a different zone. So I think it might be time for a little detour.